Have you ever found yourself nervously glancing at your crush across the room, wishing you could somehow magically make them notice you? Well, here's the thing. You don't need magic, you need psychology. Understanding the subtle ways humans respond to attention, body language, and emotional cues can make a world of difference. One of the most effective strategies is called mirroring, a fascinating psychological trick that makes your crush feel naturally connected to you. Mirroring is all about subtly reflecting their gestures, posture, and tone of voice. If they lean in slightly, wait a moment and mirror that action. If they smile or laugh in a certain way, your subtle reflection reinforces a subconscious sense of familiarity and trust, but it's not just physical cues. Active listening is equally powerful. Instead of nodding passively, engage with what they are saying by paraphrasing, asking thoughtful follow-ups, or showing genuine curiosity about their thoughts. This demonstrates empathy and attentiveness without making you seem overeager. Another layer to this approach is strategic compliments. People love recognition, but generic praise feels hollow. Instead of saying "you're pretty," try something like, "I admire how you handled that situation with such confidence. It's inspiring." Specific, meaningful compliments resonate on a deeper level, and your crush will notice the thoughtfulness behind them. Timing also plays a critical role. Sprinkle these techniques subtly throughout your interactions, rather than delivering them all at once, creating a natural rhythm that feels effortless. Humor, positivity, and a playful attitude amplify attraction, and when paired with authentic confidence, it becomes magnetic. And here's a bonus tip. Maintain your own passions and interests outside of this crush. People are drawn to those who have depth, curiosity, and independence. It creates a sense of intrigue and demonstrates that your life is rich and vibrant, making your presence more appealing. These combined strategies are not about manipulation, they're about making genuine, memorable connections that your crush subconsciously responds to. If you're excited to master these psychological tricks and understand the science behind attraction, subscribe to Love and Life Psychology and start your journey toward deeper, meaningful connections today. The second trick to captivate your crush involves creating intrigue and curiosity, a subtle but highly effective psychological tool. Humans are naturally drawn to the unknown and what they cannot fully predict, which makes strategic curiosity an excellent way to spark interest. Start by sharing small, engaging pieces about yourself instead of revealing everything at once. For example, casually mention a unique hobby, an adventurous trip, or a quirky skill, leaving room for questions and conversation. This technique triggers curiosity and encourages your crush to want to know more about you. Alongside intrigue, maintaining independence and personal confidence is key. People are attracted to those who have their own lives, passions, and goals. Whether it's learning a new language, painting, or exploring a sport, showing that you're active, interesting, and fulfilled makes you magnetic. Eye contact is another subtle but powerful cue. A few brief, meaningful glances paired with a warm, genuine smile communicate interest, attentiveness, and confidence without being overwhelming. Remember that nonverbal communication often speaks louder than words, and mastering it requires subtlety and timing. You can also create playful mystery by occasionally being lightheartedly unpredictable, like sharing a story but leaving a cliffhanger that naturally prompts them to ask questions. Humor, when used correctly, strengthens bonds, lowers defenses, and increases positive feelings toward you. Emotional intelligence also plays a critical role in attraction. Being aware of your own reactions and responding thoughtfully to theirs fosters a sense of comfort and trust. Over time, these subtle, calculated behaviors create a natural magnetic pull, making your crush not just notice you, but also feel genuinely drawn to your energy, personality, and presence. The essence of attraction is often in these tiny, nuanced interactions, and mastering them can dramatically increase your chances of forming meaningful connections. After establishing subtle mirroring and curiosity, the third psychological trick focuses on emotional resonance. People are naturally drawn to those who evoke positive emotions and make them feel seen, understood, and appreciated. Emotional resonance is about tapping into shared experiences, laughter, empathy, and validation without being overbearing or fake. For example, if your crush mentions a stressful work situation, respond with genuine understanding instead of immediately offering solutions. Statements like, "I can totally understand how that feels. It must have been really challenging," create an emotional bridge that fosters trust and closeness. Humor is another powerful tool here. Shared laughter increases bonding hormones like oxytocin and dopamine, making interactions more memorable. A well-placed lighthearted joke, funny anecdote, or playful tease can make your presence enjoyable and energizing. It's crucial to balance emotional resonance with boundaries. Being too intense or oversharing personal struggles too early can overwhelm the other person. Instead, strategically sprinkle moments of vulnerability that invite connection without crossing comfort zones. Compliments can also contribute to emotional resonance if they're meaningful and specific. For instance, "I really admire how passionate you are about helping others. It's inspiring" has a much stronger impact than generic praise. Your tone, voice modulation, and nonverbal cues all play a critical role in transmitting warmth, care, and authenticity. Subtle gestures like leaning in slightly, nodding empathetically, and maintaining natural eye contact reinforce the emotional connection. Another layer of this technique involves active engagement with shared interests. If your crush mentions a hobby or interest, engage thoughtfully, ask questions, offer insights, or share related experiences. This makes them feel understood and creates a sense of shared identity. Importantly, emotional resonance is not about manipulation. It's about cultivating genuine empathy and creating positive experiences that draw your crush toward you naturally. Over time, these small emotional moments accumulate, creating an invisible thread that strengthens your bond and increases the likelihood that your crush will not only notice you, but also remember the positive, uplifting interactions you share. When combined with curiosity and mirroring, emotional resonance completes a triad of powerful psychological tools that make your presence magnetic and memorable. The fourth psychology trick emphasizes strategic touch and spatial awareness, an often underestimated element of attraction. Physical proximity and gentle, appropriate touch can communicate interest, attentiveness, and comfort, but it must always be subtle and respectful. In psychological terms, humans are wired to respond to touch through the release of oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone, which enhances feelings of trust and connection. Examples include a light pat on the shoulder during laughter, a brief touch on the arm when making a point, or sharing a high five during a fun moment. Coupled with the right spatial positioning, like sitting or standing at a comfortable, slightly closer distance without invading personal space, these cues signal attentiveness and engagement. Body orientation also matters. Facing someone fully, with open posture, communicates receptivity and genuine interest. In contrast, crossed arms or leaning away can subconsciously signal disinterest. Pairing touch with subtle eye contact and warm facial expressions creates a powerful synergy, amplifying your attractiveness and reinforcing the emotional bond. Another dimension is timing and context. Strategic touch works best in lighthearted or positive scenarios, not during moments of stress or tension, to avoid misinterpretation. Combining this with previously discussed techniques, mirroring, curiosity, and emotional resonance, forms a holistic approach where verbal, nonverbal, and emotional cues align seamlessly. Additionally, Body language awareness is essential. Noticing if your crush leans in, smiles, or mirrors your gestures allows you to calibrate touch and proximity safely. Over time, these subtle nonverbal interactions create a subconscious sense of closeness and familiarity, making your crush more likely to seek your presence and attention naturally. Remember, the goal is not to force attraction, but to enhance the quality of interactions, making them positive, memorable, and enjoyable. By mastering these nuanced psychological techniques, you cultivate an aura of confidence, warmth, and subtle magnetism, increasing the probability that your crush will not only notice you, but also feel drawn to your energy, personality, and presence over time. The fifth psychological trick to make your crush notice you focuses on the power of subtle scarcity and unpredictability, a principle rooted deeply in human psychology. Humans are naturally drawn to what is rare, slightly mysterious, or unpredictable, and this can be leveraged in social interactions to increase your allure. Scarcity is not about playing games or manipulating feelings, it's about creating natural intrigue and demonstrating that you are a person with a full, vibrant life outside of the immediate interaction. For example, avoid being constantly available for every call, text, or hangout. Instead, engage selectively while maintaining genuine interest. This approach communicates that your attention is valuable and encourages your crush to prioritize spending time with you. Similarly, unpredictability keeps interactions fresh and engaging. Share stories, experiences, or perspectives that are unexpected but authentic, like an unusual travel anecdote, a unique hobby, or a surprising talent. The key is to maintain authenticity. Unpredictability without honesty comes off as contrived or superficial, which can erode attraction. Another component of this strategy is dynamic energy management. Be mindful of the energy you bring into each interaction. Are you consistently positive, uplifting, and engaging, or do your conversations feel monotonous? High-energy moments, mixed with calm and reflective moments, create a rhythm that keeps your crush intrigued and emotionally engaged. Complement this with mirrored enthusiasm, reflecting their interests and excitement without overdoing it. Timing again plays a critical role. Sharing intriguing details at the right moment maximizes curiosity and engagement, while oversharing or front-loading all interesting information can dull their interest. Emotional intelligence is vital here. Reading subtle cues, noticing when they are engaged or disinterested, and adjusting your approach accordingly ensures your interactions remain magnetic and enjoyable. Coupled with previously discussed techniques, mirroring, curiosity, emotional resonance, and strategic touch, this strategy rounds out a comprehensive psychological approach to attraction. The interplay of attention, intrigue, and authentic scarcity encourages your crush to notice and actively seek your presence, creating a natural, lasting magnetic connection. By thoughtfully integrating these behaviors into your social interactions, you cultivate a presence that is memorable, dynamic, and inherently attractive, fostering an organic bond over time. The sixth psychological technique centers on confidence paired with authenticity, which is arguably the single most powerful factor in making someone notice and remember you. Confidence is not about arrogance or dominating conversations. It is about owning your space, expressing your opinions calmly, and maintaining a consistent sense of self-worth. When your crush perceives that you are comfortable in your own skin and unshakable in your values, it triggers an innate attraction rooted in evolutionary and social psychology. Authenticity complements confidence by ensuring that your behavior and words are true reflections of your personality, rather than a performance aimed solely at gaining attention. Authenticity builds trust, and trust is fundamental in any budding connection. Practically, this can be applied in multiple ways. First, speak clearly and calmly, avoiding filler words or nervous laughter that undermines your presence. Second, share personal insights or anecdotes in a way that feels genuine. Stories of small triumphs, lessons learned, or even relatable vulnerabilities can humanize you and foster connection. Third, align your body language with your words. Upright posture, relaxed shoulders, steady eye contact, and open gestures communicate both confidence and openness. Additionally, leveraging micro-expressions and tonal nuances enhances communication. A subtle smile, a brief raised eyebrow, or a tone of curiosity can convey interest without overtly stating it. Coupled with previously mentioned strategies, mirroring, curiosity, emotional resonance, strategic touch, and subtle scarcity, confidence and authenticity create a magnetic presence that is difficult to ignore. This combination signals to your crush that you are not only attractive, but also trustworthy, interesting, and emotionally intelligent. Another aspect is resilience in social interactions, showing calmness and composure when conversations take unexpected turns, or when minor misunderstandings occur, reinforces emotional stability, a trait highly appealing to many. Ultimately, confidence paired with authenticity is about creating a natural, compelling aura that encourages your crush to notice, remember, and seek your presence, laying a strong foundation for deeper connection and potential romantic growth. Integrating this approach consistently ensures that your interactions are memorable, enjoyable, and psychologically resonant. The seventh psychological strategy focuses on the power of shared experiences and social bonding. Humans are inherently social creatures, and shared experiences create memories, inside jokes, and emotional connections that deepen attraction over time. When interacting with your crush, actively look for opportunities to engage in activities together, whether it's a hobby, a casual walk, a group event, or a shared interest like cooking, art, or fitness. These experiences serve as a fertile ground for bonding because they naturally generate positive emotions, laughter, and mutual understanding. While spending time together, it's essential to be fully present. Avoid distractions such as checking your phone or letting your attention wander, because authentic engagement enhances emotional resonance and makes interactions memorable. Storytelling plays a pivotal role here as well. Sharing personal experiences in a way that is relatable and emotionally charged can evoke empathy and make your crush feel connected to your inner world. For example, recounting a funny or mildly challenging situation with expressive gestures and a hint of humor can create a shared emotional experience that your crush will remember. Additionally, participating in collaborative or cooperative activities fosters a sense of partnership and subtle interdependence, which can strengthen attraction. Psychology studies suggest that people who experience positive arousal together, like excitement, mild challenge, or novelty, tend to associate those feelings with each other, creating stronger emotional links. Humor and lighthearted teasing within these shared experiences also help release endorphins and oxytocin, enhancing bonding and increasing feelings of warmth and trust. Importantly, shared experiences are not only about being physically present, but also about emotional alignment and responsiveness. Reacting genuinely to your crush's expressions, actively listening, and celebrating their small wins during interactions signal empathy and attentiveness. Over time, these moments accumulate to build a rich tapestry of positive associations, making your crush feel naturally drawn to your energy, personality, and presence. Integrating shared experiences with previously discussed techniques, mirroring, curiosity, emotional resonance, strategic touch, subtle scarcity, and confident authenticity creates a holistic and highly effective psychological framework for fostering attraction. The eighth psychological trick emphasizes the subtle use of verbal storytelling and intriguing conversation topics to capture your crush's attention. Words are incredibly powerful tools in human interaction. They can spark curiosity, create emotional resonance, and communicate intelligence and creativity. To apply this technique effectively, focus on crafting stories that are concise, relatable, and emotionally engaging. Share experiences that reveal your personality, values, and sense of humor without overloading the conversation with unnecessary details. For instance, instead of merely saying, "I like traveling," narrate a short, vivid story about an unexpected adventure you had while traveling, highlighting your reactions and feelings. This approach makes you more memorable and creates mental imagery that your crush subconsciously associates with you. Another important aspect is asking thought-provoking questions. Open-ended questions encourage dialogue and signal genuine interest in their perspective. For example, instead of "Did you like that movie?" try asking, "What about that movie resonated with you the most?" Such questions invite deeper reflection and show that you value their opinions. Storytelling and meaningful dialogue also facilitate emotional mirroring. Your crush may subconsciously reflect your tone, enthusiasm, and emotional expressions, reinforcing attraction. Timing and pacing matter greatly. Avoid dominating the conversation. Allow space for responses, pauses, and natural reactions, which ensures that your interactions feel dynamic rather than scripted. Humor, metaphors, and relatable anecdotes enhance engagement, while subtle suspense or unexpected twists in your narrative can heighten curiosity and retention. Coupled with non-verbal cues like eye contact, facial expressions, and gestures, this verbal strategy creates a multi-dimensional attraction profile, appealing simultaneously to emotional, intellectual, and social facets. Integrating storytelling with previously mentioned techniques, mirroring, curiosity, emotional resonance, strategic touch, scarcity, confident authenticity, and shared experiences, forms a comprehensive framework that maximizes your ability to capture attention and deepen connection. When applied thoughtfully and genuinely, these conversational strategies make you more memorable, engaging, and magnetic, increasing the likelihood that your crush will notice, appreciate, and seek interactions with you on a consistent basis. The ninth psychological strategy focuses on the importance of consistency and reliability in interactions with your crush. Attraction isn't just about a single impressive moment, it's built over time through consistent behavior, subtle attention, and repeated positive experiences. People are naturally drawn to individuals who demonstrate reliability, emotional stability, and a steady presence in their lives. This doesn't mean overwhelming your crush with constant messages or calls, but rather creating a pattern of thoughtful, predictable engagement that reassures them of your interest. For instance, regularly sharing small jokes, responding to their stories with genuine enthusiasm, or remembering minor details about their life can signal attentiveness and care. Equally important is emotional consistency. Maintaining a balanced demeanor, reacting with calmness, and being empathetic during conversations fosters trust and encourages a sense of comfort around you. In psychological terms, humans are wired to feel safe and drawn toward those who provide predictable, positive reinforcement while remaining intriguing. Combined with previously discussed strategies, mirroring, curiosity, emotional resonance, strategic touch, scarcity, confident authenticity, shared experiences, and storytelling. This consistency forms the backbone of lasting attraction. Subtle repetition of positive interactions helps your crush build strong associations with you in their subconscious mind. Over time, they will start anticipating your presence, valuing your attention, and feeling emotionally aligned with your energy. Another key element is balancing consistency with novelty. While regularity creates trust, occasional surprises, humor, or unexpected yet pleasant interactions keep the connection fresh and engaging. This combination of reliability and novelty enhances emotional arousal, retention, and attraction simultaneously. By mastering consistency and integrating it with all prior techniques, you create a compelling, holistic presence that naturally draws your crush's attention, deepens their emotional engagement, and makes your interactions both memorable and enjoyable. The 10th and final psychological trick emphasizes integration and reflection, bringing together all previous techniques into a cohesive, authentic approach that maximizes attraction while fostering genuine connection. Integration means thoughtfully combining mirroring, curiosity, emotional resonance, strategic touch, subtle scarcity, confident authenticity, shared experiences, storytelling, and consistency in ways that feel natural and effortless. Reflection involves observing how your crush responds, adjusting your approach, and learning from interactions without forcing outcomes. Begin by consciously noting which techniques resonate most with your crush. Do they respond more to humor, deep conversation, subtle touch, or shared experiences? Use these insights to fine-tune your interactions while maintaining authenticity. It's important to remember that attraction is not about manipulation. It's about enhancing positive emotional experiences and fostering meaningful bonds. Maintaining a playful yet respectful attitude allows you to create an enjoyable dynamic that is both memorable and magnetic. Additionally, reinforcing the emotional connection through small acts like celebrating achievements, acknowledging feelings, and sharing thoughtful observations cements your presence in their mind. Subtle cues like strategic eye contact, warm smiles, and open posture continue to play a pivotal role in reinforcing attraction. Over time, these integrated behaviors create a pattern where your crush naturally notices your energy, personality, and presence, and increasingly seeks your company. The combination of psychological insight, emotional intelligence, and authentic engagement ensures that you stand out positively without resorting to superficial tricks. Ultimately, the goal is not only to be noticed, but to build a foundation for deeper understanding and potential long-term connection. If you want to continue mastering these psychological strategies and explore more techniques to understand, attract, and connect deeply, subscribe to Love and Life Psychology. Join our community, and let's decode love, heal emotional pain, and build stronger relationships together.